Hello again, my art friends. This is Miss Turner, and today I'm excited to draw a polar bear with you. We're going to draw a polar bear in a sunset in the Arctic. It's going to be super fun. So remember, polar bears live in the Arctic on polar ice and on the shores. They eat seals and they eat fish. They're great swimmers. They have thick fur. These are all facts that we know about polar bears. I'm excited to use those facts in our drawing today. So today I'm going to be using my crayons to draw. Again, you can use pencils, colored pencils, markers, whatever you have on hand to draw with me. I'm going to be using black, light blue, and pink to draw my polar bear. Then I'm going to be using yellow, orange, red, and purple to draw the sunset. So go ahead, grab your art supplies, grab a piece of paper, and get ready to draw with me. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to start with my black crayon to draw my polar bear. Just like we always do, we start by drawing our animal's head. So I'm going to draw a big old circle for my polar bear's head. I'll go over it one more time just so it's nice and dark. If our drawing's nice and dark, it will make people want to look at it, that dark part of our drawing. Here's his head. I'm going to draw his ears next. Oh, so cute. Here's one ear. Here is another ear. 2 ears for my polar bear. Now I'm going to draw his face. When I draw his face, I'm going to draw just like we have with our other animals, a circle and a circle, but I'm going to make sure I leave a little bit white in my circle because that looks like the light is reflecting in his eyes and it makes him look cute. Then I'm going to draw my upside down triangle for his nose and a J, backwards J. There's my polar bear's face. I'll give you a sec to catch up. As you catch up, if you want another detail we could add, is really lightly, you can draw a circle around his nose, just so it looks like his nose is poking out a little bit from his face. I'll add some details in his ears as well. So here's a little circle, here's a little circle. There's some details in my polar bear's ears. Now I'm going to start to draw his body. His body is going to come out to the side this way. So I'm going to start by drawing just a curved line like this. So it's going to be the basic shape of his body. Underneath that line, I'm going to start drawing his legs. So one leg is going to come down. I drew this leg by drawing a straight line and then a kind of curved line next to it. Then I draw a curved line for his foot and a straight line. Give him some toes. There's one foot for my polar bear. Then I'm going to draw his belly and a line that kind of goes straight. Then I get to draw his front leg, just like I drew his back leg. Straight line down, curved line for one foot, straight line back. Remember, if I'm going fast, you can always pause the video and catch up. I'm going to draw another leg here, straight line down, curved line. This leg is a little bit further back, so that's why I drew the line above the line of this front foot. This makes it look like that front foot is a little bit further back. I'll add some toes, toes, toes. Maybe I'll add another foot behind that back foot. There, polar bears are pretty fast to draw. And of course they have a tail, so I have to draw his little tail at the end of his body. And that's my super quick polar bear. Wow, I drew him so fast. Let's add some details and some shading to our polar bear. So I'm going to get out my pink crayon now and color in his nose, nice and pink, inside that little easy as pie triangle. I'm going to color in one cheek, color in the other cheek, just so it looks cute. Then I take my pink crayon, color in one ear, color in the other ear. And there's my polar bear. I'm not going to color his fur in because polar bears are white. Remember, a lot of these Arctic animals are white because it helps them camouflage with their habitat. Now I have my blue crayon. And just like we've been learning with our other animals, I'm going to add some shadows. Remember, it would be silly if I colored my whole bear blue because polar bears aren't blue. I'm only adding a little bit of blue as a shadow. So I'm drawing a shadow under his face right here. I'm adding a shadow under his belly because under his belly he probably isn't going to see a lot of sun. So I can color that shadow. And these legs that are in the back, I'm going to color in blue too because that's a shadow. It's harder for the light to reach them. All right, so I added some shadows to my polar bear. I hope you can see that okay with my blue crayon. Then I can draw, again with my blue crayon, some hills out of snow because my polar bear lives in the Arctic snow on polar ice and on the shores. I can even add a little bit of shading to my snow by coloring in just a little bit, kind of like zigzags. Now I'm going to draw a sunset behind my polar bear because I want to add some color to these winter animal drawings. To start drawing my sunset, first I'm going to make sure I have a horizon line. That's where the sun is going down. So I'm going to go ahead and behind my polar bear, not on top of him, draw a kind of straight line. Then I'm going to start drawing my sun going down. So to do that, I'm going to draw a curved shape like half a circle. Color it in with my yellow crayon. There's my sun going down. Now I need to find my orange crayon. I'm going to start really lightly, barely touching my orange crayon to the paper, coloring around the sun. Then I'm going to start to press harder. Ooh, I'm starting to see this pretty orange all around my sun. When the sun goes down, sometimes it makes the sky look like it's all sorts of pretty colors. There's my orange around my sun. Next, I'm going to find my red crayon. And really lightly, I'm going to put my red crayon so it overlaps my orange a little bit. And really lightly, I'm going to color on top of my orange. This is called blending, coloring on top of my orange with my red crayon. Blending in that red. Then I'm going to move my crayon out a little bit and start pressing harder. And just start coloring red. Here's the red in my sunset. I'm coloring my red. Wow, this is starting to look pretty. And notice how I'm coloring kind of in a U, upside down U shape, lowercase n shape. So it makes a curve like this around where the sun is going down. I'm going to keep coloring. I'm going to make my red a little bit bigger than my orange because as the colors get darker, they're going to be a little bit longer. So I color right up to my polar bear. I make sure I'm not coloring inside him though. I'm just coloring right up to that outside line. Now I'm going to do the same thing, blending with my purple crayon. So here's my purple. I put it so it overlaps the red, so I'm coloring the purple on top of the red. Coloring on top of the red. I'm going to color that purple right on top of the red, right on top. Then I'm coloring, purple, purple. Wow, my sunset's getting bigger and bigger. It's all the way to my polar bear's head now. And keep coloring that nice purple in my sunset all the way. Wow, I'm almost to the end of my paper over here. Coloring in that beautiful sunset. All the way over here to the side of my polar bear's face. My polar bear is standing on land now, but remember, one of the facts we learned about polar bears is that they can swim. They can swim almost 100 miles at a time. That's a really long way. They are good swimmers. Okay, the last color I'm going to use is I'm going to go back to my light blue. I'm going to do the same thing I've done before with blending. So I put that light blue on top of the purple and color the light blue on top of the purple so it blends it in. Coloring on top of the purple, blending in blue, blending in blue. And I can keep coloring blue on the outside. This is the blue at the end of my sky. Color, color, color. The sun is going down. It's a beautiful Arctic sunset. sun is going down on our polar bear friend. All right, there is my polar bear in the sunset. I hope your polar bear looks awesome as well. I can't wait to see it. All right, my friends, I'll see you when we are drawing next time. Goodbye.